prepositions are mostly memorization. I don't think it's too complicated, the idea of prepositions. However, I understand that there's a few things that are confusing with prepositions because sometimes it's the same word, but it's not a preposition. It's part of the infinitive, or it's the second word in a phrasal verb. So this makes students confused sometimes. So I do want to talk about that situation. However, first is just a really very easy warm up. It's just a speaking activity, and it's very basic because, you know, prepositions, we learn about prepositions in the lower levels of English. So it's kind of hard to make this advanced or super challenging, but we will make it a little bit more difficult as time goes by. Okay, anyways though. So let's start with the first question. And Jawida, and
Yeah.
please, and of course, as always for everybody, please be sure to use the targeted language. So this is a lesson on prepositions. So when you answer, of course, please use the preposition in your answer, as always. Okay, so Jawida,
Yeah.
what are you going to do in September? What are you going to do?
Okay. I think I'm going to come back. It's not right. To after come back is to. It's not a preposition because come back it's a verb. No.
Well, maybe you
Okay.
can, well, here
I'm
you
going
go.
to the university in September. I'm going to the university.
Good. What do you mean by going to the university? Can you be a little more specific? Like, are you traveling to a building on a college campus? Are you registering for classes? Can you be more specific?
I think we come back to work.
Ah, you're going back to work.
Yes.
And you were,
It's not sure, but until now they said yes. 19 September we come back at the university to work, but it's not sure because coronavirus. You know.
mm-hmm. Okay, yes. Okay, so I love this example because as you can see, I have this example later in the lesson, but it's a very good example for me to help other students. So basically in September, you know, I'm going back to work, right? Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm going back to work, but you work at a place, or
Yes.
you work for a person, or even for a company.
For a company, sir.
Like if you work at, I would say you work at a university. Like
Yeah.
if you say I am going to the I understand it. Of course, I understand you. But when we say I'm going to the university, that usually means that I am traveling, like physically. I am physically going to this place. I am traveling to this destination. But for your context, I would just say like I'm going back to work at the university, or maybe at the university I work for, something like this. But it was really good, Jawida, and thank you for that example.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so question number 2. What do you plan on doing on Saturday? On Saturday. And look, it's a little confusing because we have this it's like a kind of like a phrasal verb. So let me give you an example here. So I is the subject, plan on plus gerund, right? So I plan on going to the beach on Saturday, for example. So here is going to be just a little example to help you. And then you will finish the sentence with on Saturday. Or you can begin your sentence with on Saturday. But just please be sure to say on Saturday. And again, it's on Saturday. It's not at Saturday or in Saturday. If you say this, it sounds so unnatural. So really all you can do is just try to memorize it. So that's it. Okay, Jawida.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Spring, do you have a question, Spring?
Yes.
Okay.
We can say, what do you plan to doing? No. To doing.
Plan to do?
Yeah.
Or plan on doing. This is just, I guess maybe this is like a little bit informal here, but it's a very common way to speak. I plan on doing this. I plan on doing that. I plan on going here. I plan on studying. I plan on cooking. I plan on exercising. It's just, maybe it's not the most academic way, but this is a very natural and a very common way to speak. And yes, Spring, you are correct. It does mean the same thing as I plan to. There's really no difference other than plan to followed by the base verb. I plan to go, I plan to see, I plan to do, I plan to eat, I plan to cook. So they're the same, but this one is just more common, at least in the United States. It's just far more common to say plan on plus gerund. So just good question. And just to practice today, please try to speak with this grammar. Please try to answer it this way. So, okay, good question, Spring. Jawida,
Yes,
what
sir.
do you plan on doing on Saturday?
Okay, I plan on studying English with Jonathan teacher on Saturday.
Nice. Yeah, really good. Very, very good. Perfect grammar with the gerund. Perfect job with the preposition. Very good.
Sorry, sir, I have a question, please.
Yeah. Identify the sentence in which the underlined word is a preposition. So we're going to have the same word in both sentences, but only in one sentence is the underlined word used. So we have two sentences here, two.
Yeah.
EWO, and each of these sentences uses the word to. Okay, so
I think the second, sorry.
So in which sentence is the word to used as a preposition? Jawida, sounds like you know.
I think the second one, to using like a preposition, because in the first sentence, to discover, it's infinitive verb, or the verb in the infinitive. But the second, after to, there is a noun. To in the second sentence is is a preposition.
Correct. Yeah, so very good. So, of course, I always say this. This is, the most important idea, the most important concept to understand in English. Subject, verb, object. I prefer to learn the language like this rather than what is a preposition, what is an adjective. Of course that's important, but I think it's just more important to understand this, because if you understand this, then you can make sentences in English. So, right? So, of course, here we can see in sentence number 1, we have a subject, and then we have this kind of verb expression, right? We have like 2 verbs in the middle, right? We have 2 verbs in the middle, and then right here at the end, we have new places. So subject, verb, object, and the verb to here is not before a verb. It's not before an object, right? It's before a verb. So if you look here, this is not a preposition, it's a verb. The beach is a place, right? So this here, it's used as a preposition in number 2. Good job. Okay, letter B. Please carry on reading the article. The cat is sitting on the table. Okay, Maria, which sentence is it used as a preposition?
In sentence B.
Mm-hmm. Right here, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. What is the noun in this sentence? Well, the object, excuse me. What is the object?
The cat.
Not the subject. What is the object?
Yeah, the table.
Exactly. And we know that prepositions come before nouns, gerunds, and pronouns. Basically, prepositions come before the object, right? So that's why it's very important to understand subject, verb, object syntax, right? Please carry on. Look, carry on here is a phrasal verb. So I always talk about this. You need to understand what is a phrasal verb. You need to understand the basic form of the English language. That's why this is the most important. Okay, letter C. Those students don't get along. To get to the school, walk along the river. What one is a preposition?
Second. The second.
Why?
The object, the river, walk along.
Yeah, exactly, right. Perfect. Always think like this. The river is the object of the sentence. It is a noun. Walk is a verb, right?
Yes.
Like you walk, right? Along is a preposition. It connects the verb and the object. Prepositions connect words. Right? So if you think like this, if you understand this, then all you do is memorize. So I really don't need to teach it to you. If you understand this, then you memorize. That's it. So memorization is just time and repetition. Time and repetition. You do it on your own. But if you can tell me what's the difference between a preposition and not a preposition, if you know this, then you understand prepositions. You only need to memorize it. And of course, again, that's why I always learn and I always teach subject, verb, object, always, from beginning, basic to advanced. 4 minutes. In school, it's like Jawida's question. in school means registered in a program or a course. In school does not mean at a school. At a school is physically present in the location. I'm at the high school means like my body is in the high school. I drove to the high school. I entered the building. In school means you're studying in a program. You enrolled. You registered in an educational program. But if somebody says, "Are you in school?" it doesn't mean is your body in the building physically. So so it's just a memorization thing. What does in school or at a school? They are different, right? But anyways.
Then, yes, you are a student. It is not you fortunately you are at the place, but you are a student. Yeah.
Yeah, in school means you are a student. Exactly.
I think 14 years ago.
So you're not in school. You're not a student, but you work at a university.
Yes. Yeah.
Good. Kasia, are you in school right now? This is a weird thing that Americans say. We just say in college. In college means you are a student at a university. British people, Irish people, Australian people say in university, in uni. But Americans just have this different thing they say in college. So I know it's all memorization, honestly, for prepositions. And great job, everybody in class today. That's the end of class. It's one of our more simple lessons, but I had many questions about it. But as long as you understand what a preposition is, understand that prepositions link words together, then just memorize on your own. Just write a list and study the list. So I actually have to go. Usually I allow time just to talk and have conversation, but I'm a little busy today, so I'm gonna let you guys go. But thank you for coming, everybody.